Welcome back. You're watching KOIN 6 News, watching out for you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Sporting events up and down the southern part of the eastern coast are being postponed and canceled because of Hurricane Florence, and that does include the NWSL semifinal match between Chicago and Carolina, which is slated for Sunday afternoon. Now, there's still no word from the league on if they're going to postpone that or possibly play it at a neutral venue. The eventual winner of that match will then head to Portland. Providence Park is the venue for the league championship match. And the Thorns, well, they hope they are in it, but they've got to beat rival Seattle this coming Saturday. And Mark Parsons knows, hey, he's got a home field advantage like no other.
But it's everyone in this stadium. I said it a lot recently. If you're screaming and shouting, standing and dancing all game, or you're passionately supporting in your own way, we freaking feel it. We feel the energy, we feel the support and the love, and hopefully Saturday night is no different.
And the Rain should have both Allie Long and former Pilots great Megan Rapinoe back in their starting 11. Kickoff is at noon this Saturday. Hey, let me be the first to congratulate the Portland State Vikings on their victory on Saturday. Sure, they've not played the game yet, but hey, as a proud alum, I'm just that confident. And making a bold call like that for a team that hasn't won a football game in over 22 months is a little crazy, but they're facing an NAIA team called the College of Idaho. Be the first ever meeting between the schools, and Bruce Barnum well knows nothing will be given to his Vikes. It's got to be earned.
The key is to win, and we have to run the football. We have to be penalty free. I want to keep it clean. Don't turn the football over, and play our game. You know, we're going to come out and work our systems, and I want to see just a smooth, fast football game by our offense, defense, special teams.
It'll be a 2 o'clock kickoff at Hillsborough Stadium on Saturday. All right, that is a quick look at sports for this Thursday. Make it a great day, everyone.
Now at 6, new details on the man charged in the deadly Max attack. We're live to break down why Jeremy Christian is headed back to court today.
And battleground teachers still on strike, what the school board did to try and force them back into the classroom. Plus,
I just think we were not prepared and maybe not ready for this kind of torrential downpour.
Torrential rain sends floodwaters through a local business. We'll take a look at the damage done by a record-setting storm.
KOIN 6 News this morning starts right now with this weather alert.
Welcome back at 6:01. Take a live look at this shot from Cape Fear. This is on Bald Head Island, North Carolina. Right now, the outer bands of Hurricane Florence really starting to pound the coast, and it's only going to get worse from here. The eye isn't expected to make landfall until later tonight or tomorrow morning. This storm is likely going to be dangerous for several days. Thanks for joining us. I'm Trevor Auld, in for Ken Bott.
And I'm Jenny Hansen. And now with the incoming hurricane and our own local flooding, let's get straight to your forecast. Kelly Barron joins us now from the Weather Center. Kelly.
Wow, what a day yesterday. We saw record-breaking rain in Portland, and in some areas in Salem didn't see much at all. So these storms yesterday, very isolated, but we saw some cloud to ground lightning, and that's all because of this upper level trough that's just been sitting over us. You can see that still churning out towards the coast. Some heavy showers off the beaches now. Portland looking fairly dry. We are seeing a foggy start too, but there's that record yesterday, 0.82 inches in the Portland metro area up at the airport. And for some areas, not much rain at all. But yesterday, quite the incredible day. We did see some stores shutting down, some ponding of some water as we head towards the bus stop today. Still watching out for a light shower. We'll keep patchy fog in the mix this morning. That should taper off heading into about noontime. Today's high temperatures in the upper 60s. We'll get a look at Hurricane Florence coming up. My full forecast in just a bit. Carly.
Well, we've got several problems out there right now. A crash reported on 104th and Holgate here. And I saw some earlier congestion along Holgate. It looks like that cleared out, but watch out for that crash reported at that intersection. Then we have a crash on I-5 southbound. This is right before you get to Williger. It was blocking the center lane. It just moved off to the right shoulder. So you won't find any lanes blocked there. Traffic's back up to speed since southbound is not a very heavy commute right now through the curves. And if you take a closer look, you'll see the crash off to the right-hand side. Now we have a new problem inside the tunnel on 26 westbound headed out to Beaverton and Hillsborough. There's this stalled vehicle blocking the right lane of 26 westbound, and it's causing some tie-ups there back to I-405.
Carly, thank you. Now to the new details on the man accused of murdering 2 people in a racially charged attack on the Max last year, and who's also charged with assaulting a black inmate in jail this year.
Yeah, Jeremy Christian's expected to be in court this morning. Elise Haas is live with the latest on that. Elise?
Yes, Trevor and Jenny, Jeremy Christian is set to appear in court later this morning around 9 o'clock for allegedly assaulting another inmate in Multnomah County Jail. And this attack first happened on July 29th, and he made his first court appearance the following day. A plea of not guilty was entered on his behalf. Christian was charged with 1 count of assault in the 4th degree for allegedly, intentionally, knowingly, and recklessly causing physical injury to the victim. And because this is a pending matter before the court, we don't have specific details of the allegations, but I'll be in court later this morning to follow the story and learn more, and I'll bring you the latest updates in our newscast at noon. Reporting live, Elise Haas, KOIN 6 News.
All right, thank you, Elise. Portland police are investigating 2 cases of burglary and assault where strangers walked into women's homes and they're accused of attacking them. Now, yesterday morning, there was a burglary and assault at a home on Southeast 17th Avenue. When police showed up, they say they found that 2 women inside fought off the attacker.
The suspect likely entered the home through an unlocked door, came in, attacked the victim. During the attack, another resident in the location was awoken and came to investigate what she was hearing. The victim and the other resident in the house fought off the suspect.
Well, police arrested Joseph Green Jr. He faces charges including rape, burglary, and strangulation. Yesterday morning, we told you about a similar assault that happened 2 days ago in which police arrested Damascus Manifi. Portland police say the 2 break-ins and assaults are not connected.
The hunt for a killer cougar is set to begin today. It's believed that this cat attacked hiker Diana Bober on the Hunchback Trail near Zigzag. Crews found her body earlier this week with wounds consistent with a cougar attack. The Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife says the rugged terrain will make it harder to find that cougar, but they'll be using dogs to track it, and then they'll test its DNA samples to make sure they have killed the right cat.
When they got there, we found some very steep and rugged terrain. This attack happened on Hunchback Mountain, on the Hunchback Mountain Trail, which is, I describe it as a knife ridge, and so this is a very steep country, and the trail's right on top of the ridge.
Some of the trails will remain closed in that area as the hunt for the cougar continues. This is the first deadly cougar attack in the wild in Oregon.
Also out of the Mount Hood area, the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office is looking for a missing man. 35-year-old Nathan Haynes is from Maine. He was last seen Monday in the area of Lolo Pass Road off Highway 26 near Zigzag. Authorities say he may be having a mental health crisis. If you've seen Nathan Haynes over the past several days, call Clackamas County Sheriff's deputies.
There will be no school again for battleground students today.
The school board called an emergency meeting last night, passing a resolution to take legal action to address the work stoppage. Now, the district's teachers are the only ones in Southwest Washington who are still off the job because of a labor dispute.
We see this as a distraction to what's really happening. In order to get that tentative agreement, bargaining has to happen, and the only agreement will happen at the bargaining table. This is just a distraction, a scare tactic to slow down the process of us getting that agreement and getting back in the classroom.
The district says the teachers could also forfeit their September paychecks if they don't return to work by the 17th. Now, to stay up to date on that strike, be sure to download the KOIN 6 News app. That way you can know as soon as we do about the negotiations.
I've never seen anything like this, ever. So this is crazy.
Businesses were forced to close last night after street flooding pushed water through their front doors. PDX even washed away the old daily record of rainfall yesterday. It was set at 0.23 inches. That was back in 1985. We've now replaced it with 0.82 inches of rain, 3.5 times as much. Those businesses were forced to close just before 7 in northeast Portland near 28th and Flanders. That's just southwest of Oregon Park. Bar owner Kelly Godell says nearby drains were clogged and the water quickly filled the intersection and flowed into the shops.
I think that for Oregon, we're so used to having an Indian summer, and we usually have such nice weather through September. So I just think we were not prepared and maybe not ready for this kind of torrential downpour.
It was up to the ankles. It was like kind of like water world, kind of like crazy stuff.
Kelly said once the drains were clear, the water subsided. She says at least 5 businesses were impacted by the flooding last night.
Well, Hurricane Florence weakened to a Category 2 storm yesterday, and it is moving closer to the Carolinas, but officials are warning that an extreme storm surge and catastrophic flooding are still on the way.
Forecasters predict this storm surge from Hurricane Florence could top 13 feet. That's enough to send water a half-mile inland. Coastal towns up and down the Carolina coast are almost completely deserted. Connor Zaya left his South Carolina college and drove home to Massachusetts.
If that thing hits Myrtle, it wouldn't even be like we're worried about getting back to school. It's going to be like, what are we going to get back to?
Meanwhile, Georgia's governor declared a state of emergency after forecasters suggested Florence may be headed further south than previously anticipated.
Members of the Oregon Air National Guard are heading to the Carolinas to provide humanitarian support. About a dozen guardsmen left yesterday afternoon. Along with the airmen, the Special Tactics Squadron brought inflatable Zodiac boats, all-terrain vehicles, and mini bikes to aid in their operations. They tell us they're prepared to conduct rescue operations.
Kelly's been watching this all week long. Kelly,
right.
What do we know at this point about her?
Well, we know that it's probably going to hit land in North Carolina. So we're watching that storm track now, and the track then kind of lingers and dives a little south towards South Carolina. And again, this widens the area that may see these impacts. So Georgia now and there, and then it swoops up north. And we may see it impacting states Kentucky, Virginia. So the storm just on its way inland now. We're already seeing those winds picking up at the coast there, both North Carolina and South Carolina. Sustained winds now at the hurricane about 110 miles per hour. So this is still very strong as a Category 2. And again, we're already seeing those impacts as of this morning. And we're going to continue to see those well into our weekend as well. And rains and that storm surge, that'll be the biggest impact with those that coastal flooding as that storm surge again pushes in. Yesterday for us, we saw massive rain as well, about 2 inches in Portland. Down in other areas, Aurora, only a few hundredths of an inch, same for Salem as well. So we are watching out for showers again heading into today. Right now, just foggy out there. A look out towards downtown Portland. That fog is starting to lift a bit, but we'll keep a chance for patchy areas of fog in the morning time. Temperatures today ending in the upper 60s. Carly.
So I have several traffic alerts to show you. We'll start with the crash at 104th and Holgate. So reported there at that intersection, and take a look at the situation we have on I-5 southbound. There is an accident. It's off to the right shoulder now, just before Terwilliger, and there's a stall on 26 westbound inside the Vista Ridge Tunnel. So let's go outside, take a look at both of those. First off, the crash off to the right shoulder on I-5 southbound before you get to Terwilliger. This is not causing a delay anymore since it's no longer blocking, and it's on a side of the freeway where it's not very busy. And take a look at 26 here inside the tunnel. This stall is blocking the right lane, causing a little bit of congestion, but not too much. Let's go to some drive times. You'll see I-5, I-84, or I-5 and I-205, both in from Vancouver. It's 16 minutes right now and from SR 500.
All right, thanks, Carly. It's 6:11. You're watching KOIN 6 News, watching out for you.
The numbers are in. Just how well did turnout at the Oregon State Fair do this year? We're looking into it next.
Welcome back. You're watching KOIN 6 News, watching out for you.
The organizers of the Oregon State Fair say they had a banner year. They say they saw a 17% increase in attendance. 51,000 more people came to the fair this year than last year. They also tell us people stayed longer too and came back for more visits. The fair was also redesigned to make kids' attractions easier to get to, and they hosted 9 concerts. This was the 153rd year for the Oregon State Fair.
You could eat tarantulas at the fair this year.
Well, if that doesn't draw you in, what will?
Hey, new this morning, we're learning the Food and Drug Administration is threatening to ban all flavored e-cigarettes in the U.S. The head of the FDA called the surge in teen use of e-cigs an epidemic and told the 5 largest manufacturers they have 60 days to produce plans to mitigate underage use of their products. Oregon's Public Health Division officials say they're pleased about this. They tell us in a report the Oregon Public Health Division released in July of this year, 22% of inspected retailers were found to have illegally sold e-cigarettes to youth inspectors younger than 21.
If you're looking for your next home away from home, the Portland Expo Center is the place to be this weekend.
And we think Cor might have found one. Yes, it's the 35th Fall RV and Van Show. Cor's been there all morning showing us some of the new rides. Hey, Cor.
You're giving away you got an eye into my soul here. I like homes with wheels on them, like Trevor does. Trevor and I are kind of kindred souls in that regard. We like homes on wheels, and there are plenty of homes on wheels. Fifth wheels, motor coaches, traditional motor coaches, some of the small trailers, the passenger vans that they've done converted into camping trucks, really, and there's just a bunch of neat ones out here. We're in a fifth wheel right now out here in the back of a toy hauler that, as you can see, converts into a nice back patio when it doesn't have a four-wheeler or a motorcycle on it, and it cleans up real nice. And look at here, you can turn this right into a little dining area here. They got tables here, nice place setting here for about a four-wheeler, but that is what it is. Heather Harrison is with Family Fun RV. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you. I'm all right. What about these things? These are pretty cool.
Yeah, this is great. This is our new toy hauler line. We're really excited about it. You're standing in a 2019 Forest River Vengeance. We have the travel trailer line and the fifth wheel line. They've been in the industry for a little over 6 years.
Now this is kind of cool too, because you can set the kids back here. They got a bed upstairs, right? And then as the adults, we can walk in here. Right? Can you lock the door from the inside here and
no,
keep you cannot do that. That's one feature I think I would add here. But inside this fifth wheel, as you can see, again, it's beautifully appointed.
Yes, right? It is. Yes, it has an 8 cubic foot refrigerator. It's got a really large pantry behind you here. You have storage up above it for any of your gear or kids' toys that you'd like to store away and tuck out of the way.
This is beautiful, and I hate to say this again. I always say this. This stuff is a lot nicer than my house is with 3 kids. And of course, up here, we don't have to get up here and go too far away into the weeds here. But there's a nice bedroom up here. And again, this is the fifth wheel at the Northwest largest RV show here at the Expo Center this coming weekend. Trevor and Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Home shows and RV shows are great ways to feel bad about what you own.
Yes, they really are.
I see it as dream building.
Yep.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Dream building.
Cora's house is nice. Cora reminds me, though, you remind me of a Chevy Chase in these segments that you do, you know, from the vacation movies.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife says the same thing. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I don't either. Yeah.
I think that's by design. Yeah.
All right. Well, we want to take a look at your weather and traffic right now. And it is foggy out there, but you said that's moving out.
It is. Yeah. We're seeing that lifting now and some more visibility out there in Portland. Take a look. That fog just lifting. It looks nice out there this morning. We are seeing those showers generally tapering off. Sitting at the coast now, some showers there. But for us, we are not looking too bad. Here's a look at our zone forecast. Heading towards the beaches in the mid-60s for today with morning fog out there. We'll see a chance for scattered showers as well. In the valley today, we'll see temperatures in the upper 60s to about 70 degrees. So as we head into our afternoon, still cool out there, but we'll keep a chance for scattered showers too as we head into the afternoon. In eastern Oregon today, 70 degrees out towards Bend and Madras in the upper 60s. Chance for morning showers, but we'll see sunshine for the afternoon. And in the Gorge today, a bit windy out there again. We'll see 72 in the Dalles, chance for sunshine and looking pretty dry again for the second half of the day as we head towards the afternoon. All right, trying to pull up our 7-day forecast, but looking like having some trouble with that now. So Carly, if you are ready, I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to you.
Yes, right now we do have some problems out there on the roadways. We have a crash on I-5 southbound before Terwilliger and a stall on 26 westbound inside the Vista Ridge Tunnel. The good news is it's not causing any major delays. I-5 southbound has this crash off to the right side. It's no longer blocking and traffic's getting by just fine. Again, this is right before Terwilliger. Then we have the stall that I mentioned, 26 westbound inside the Vista Ridge Tunnel. Most of you are headed eastbound into town, so this will not impact your commute if you're headed eastbound. Westbound, the right lane's blocked inside the tunnel. It looks like 26 is 5 minutes on the way in, 17 on I-5 northbound, and I-84 6 minutes. You can see in from Vancouver, it's 13 minutes.
Thank you, Carly. The time is 6:20. You're watching KOIN 6 News, watching out for you.
And it can carry dozens of tons, but doesn't have a cab. When we come back, we'll show you the new self-driving truck.
Welcome back to KOIN 6 News this morning. It might be time for your CBS Morning Watch.
You know, I actually think we're going to delay that. We're having some issues with getting them in our earpiece. So we're going to head over to Kelly. She's as pleasant as Diane, so we'll take it, right? Yeah, we like Kelly too. And a lot going on. We've got rain.
We do, yes. Foggy start for us. So we're still tracking this low system off the coast here. So showers now out there. We're pretty dry in Portland. Still dealing with some fog, patchy fog in areas. Yesterday, impressive rain. We did break a record. 0.82 inches clocked in yesterday evening as those isolated storms rolled through the old record set back in 1985. So here's a look outside. That fog is starting to lift. 54 degrees now. Our dew point at 53. So we are very saturated out there from that rain that did push in. Here's a look at our forecast. Heading into today, still a chance for scattered showers through the afternoon. We won't see as much activity as yesterday. Most of that energy is starting to move out and shift eastward, but still a chance for a pop-up shower within those cells. Maybe some heavy downpours, but not looking like thunderstorms again this afternoon. But showers through today and heading into our weekend as well through Saturday and even into Sunday morning. We'll keep a chance for scattered showers again, mainly staying up towards Washington, but we'll see scattered showers in the valley as well. Here's a pet walk forecast since we didn't hit it last time. Say good morning to Hope and Louie. Temperatures today near 70 degrees. Nice morning for a walk with the pups there. Maybe Hope wants to head outside, but we'll see a chance for scattered showers heading into today. Here's our 7-day forecast. Temperatures near 70. And we'll stay in the upper 60s heading into the weekend. Scattered showers around. Keep that rain jacket with you as we head towards Sunday and into Monday. Finally drier as temperatures move towards the low 70s. Back to you guys.
Kelly filling in a pinch. Thank you. Now I can definitively say it's time for your CBS Money Watch.
Yep. Diane Kinghall joins us live from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Diane, we needed our Diane fix this morning, so I'm glad we got you.
Oh, thank you. Crisis averted. Good morning, Jenny and Trevor. Well, stocks finished mixed yesterday. The Dow rose 27 points while the tech-heavy Nasdaq lost 18 points. Futures are indicating a higher open today. The Trump administration has reportedly invited Chinese officials to a new round of trade talks. The U.S. is preparing to impose tariffs on some $200 billion worth of Chinese goods. Now, according to the Wall Street Journal, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin issued the invitation for talks in the coming weeks. And the U.S. has appeared to reclaim the title of top global oil producer. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the nation likely surpassed Russia in June and August after jumping over Saudi Arabia earlier this year. If these estimates hold, it will be the first time in more than 45 years the U.S. has led oil output. Trevor and Jenny.
Some interesting auto news this morning, Diane. Volvo apparently has an answer to Tesla with its latest vehicle. What's going on?
Right, so the Swedish automaker has introduced a self-driving electric truck. Volvo calls the truck Vera. It has no cab, can haul loads up to 35 tons and be attached to any standard trailer. Vera is still under development. Volvo expects it to initially be deployed in areas like ports and large logistics centers. So far, no timeline on the start of production. Trevor and Jenny.
I'm still a little skeptical of these self-driving things.
I'm all for self-driving cars. I'm all in on them.
Yeah.
But it's gonna...
I know. I just want to teleport home. I know. I totally, I understand wanting that. And one side note, Trevor, this might be, before your time. Jenny, I think we're of a similar vintage. For some reason, the name Vera makes me think of In Living Color and Jim Carrey's character. I don't know if you remember that, Vera.
Yes. Good call. And that would be before Trevor's time because he won't watch anything before, what, 95?
Right.
Is that right?
Now you're just making up arbitrary things.
He has told me this.
Sorry, Trevor. Sorry for throwing you under the proverbial electric truck.
Yes.
Named Vera.
That's right. All right.
I'll allow it, Diane, but only for you.
All right.
Yeah, only
Thank
for
you.
Okay, it's 6:27. You're watching KOIN 6 News, watching out for you.
Still to come.
That's exactly the sort of funds that help you prepare and address the damage that comes from these storms.
We're hearing from Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley after he made documents public that show FEMA funds being redirected to ICE.
And the East Coast is starting to see Hurricane Florence make its way to the coast. We have a live report on the other side of the break. Stay with us.